The psychology of people who don't exercise. Why we know exercise is good for us, yet avoid it for years. Most people know that exercise is good. Doctors talk about it. Psychologists talk about it. Social media talks about it. We know that movement improves health, mood, sleep, and even thinking. And yet, millions of people do not exercise for years. The reason is not laziness, and it is not a lack of willpower. The reason lies in psychology. For many people, exercise is not associated with pleasure, but with stress. From school years, physical activity was often connected to pressure, grades, comparison, and shame. Running tests, performing in front of others, negative comments, and embarrassment created a simple internal association. Exercise equals discomfort and emotional pain. The human brain is designed to avoid stress. So when the idea of exercising appears in adulthood, the mind instinctively resists it. Not because the person does not want to be healthy, but because the brain remembers past experiences. Another major factor is the fear of social judgment. Many people are not afraid of exercise itself, but of being seen. They imagine everyone in the gym is confident, athletic, and experienced, while they feel inadequate. Even if no one is actually watching, the inner critic creates a strong sense of being judged. This is especially common among people with low self-esteem or those who experience frequent criticism earlier in life. For them, the gym feels less like a place of growth and more like a stage of evaluation. There is also a common all-or-nothing mindset. People believe that if they exercise, it must be serious and perfect. 5 workouts a week, strict routines, flawless discipline. When this standard feels impossible, exercise is postponed entirely. The mind often fails to value small steps. Yet small steps are exactly what create sustainable habits. For some people, exercise threatens their identity. Beliefs such as, "I am not a sporty person," or "this is not who I am," become deeply rooted. Starting to exercise means challenging this self-image. And the brain naturally resists identity changes. There is also a hidden fear of change. Exercise does not only change the body, it changes energy levels, confidence, and daily choices. With more energy comes more responsibility and new decisions. For some, familiar fatigue feels safer than unfamiliar growth. Many people wait for motivation. They expect the right mood or inspiration to appear. But motivation is an emotion, not a system. It is unreliable and temporary. Psychology works differently. First comes action, then experience, and only then does motivation grow. Another common mistake is fighting oneself. Self-criticism, shame, and pressure do not create lasting change. They only increase inner resistance. Real change begins with self-acceptance and care. Exercise stops being punishment and becomes support. People who eventually start exercising rarely begin with extreme routines. They do not start with marathons or strict plans. They start with gentle movement, without witnesses, expectations, or pressure. When exercise stops being a test of willpower, it slowly becomes part of life. People who do not exercise are not weak. They often carry invisible psychological weight. And understanding this psychology is where real change begins.